Hey guys, it's your old buddy Grenademanblitz here, and today I'd like to talk to you about something that's been circulating the internet these past couple of days. I'm sure many of you are aware that I am an avid fan of Nintendo. I love Nintendo games, I love the company, but that's not to say that the company isn't without its faults, or things that I don't really like about it. In that regard, Metroid just celebrated its 30th anniversary. Happy birthday, Samus. And Nintendo didn't do anything about it. And really, that's kind of to be expected. Nintendo really only celebrates Mario and Zelda as their franchises for anniversaries. So, shut up. So I wasn't too sad when nothing came of it. I would have liked something, but whatever. That being said, AM2R, another Metroid 2 remake, a complete overhaul of Metroid 2 similar to that of Zero Mission or Fusion, just came out a few days ago, and was almost immediately DMCA'd by Nintendo. Basically, they had to take it down because of copyright infringement. Now, I understand that a big company wants to protect their assets, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, Metroid 2 doesn't get a lot of love at all. It's kind of one of the black sheep games in the series. It's got different mechanics that don't really fit in with the normal Metroid formula, but regardless of that, it's still a great game. The way I feel about it is that a game like this, a fan game rather, it really shouldn't be taken down by the company because it's not really hurting their assets. In fact, honestly, I would say it's bringing more attention to the series and giving people, shut up cat, and giving people the chance to actually play the game in a new light. And I'm sure a lot of the fans really love that. I mean, I honestly, Metroid 2 is not my favorite, but I do hope I get the chance to play the remake, because it looks really good. Fans should be able to just be fans. They're not monetizing this, they're just showing their love and appreciation for the series. And when a big company swoops in and says, hey, no, we don't like that you're making a remake of a game that we never touch, it really puts a bad light on the company. Again, I understand they're trying to protect their assets, but from what? People aren't going to not buy your next game because of it. And actually, I hate to say it, but I think that might be what they're thinking. Federation Force, the new Metroid coming out for 3DS, has gotten a lot of flack recently. A lot of the hardcore fans of the series aren't too impressed with that it's not really an exploration-based game, but more of just basic combat against giant enemies. And honestly, I'm actually really excited for it. I think it's going to be a fun little entry of the series. The way I see it is that if you have a long-standing game series and you don't try new things with it, you never know what you can do and what's fun. Take, for example, Street Fighter. If they had never tried anything other than a fighting game, we would have never gotten Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo. Or Mario. If they never tried anything other than a platformer, we would have never gotten Mario RPG. You have to try different things, and you have to see what works. And honestly, Federation Force looks like it's going to be a fine game. Will I get it release day? Probably not. Will I eventually pick it up? Yeah, it looks okay. And on that note, I do think that with Federation Force coming out, Nintendo's got a chance to kind of reignite the love of the Metroid series and stick their toe in the water of the fans and see if Metroid is still an acceptable game. Acceptable in the fact that, well, the last game that came out for Metroid was Other M, and we all know how that went. I mean, I enjoyed the game, but the characterization of Samus in that game is fucking bullshit. They take Samus, an awesome character, and reduce her to, I have to do whatever this guy says because I respect him. Bitch, you're dying in lava. Why would you listen to him? Activate your fucking suit. Anyway, that's about it. I don't think that AM2R should have been taken down. I think it should have just been left alone. Nintendo, come on guys. Seriously? Leave it alone. They're not doing anything to hurt your series. They're just showing how much they love it. I know this is not really a video any of you guys were looking forward to, but those are just my thoughts on the whole situation. With that being said, I will see you in the next video. And remember, video games are the best video games. Later.